Today we're having a look at Hindot. This is actually a collection of footage that I've filmed over the last few years on a very little known dive site called Hindot. It's on the far southern tip of Phi Phi Don, and it's rarely visited by any of the dive operators because most people prefer to go out to the National Marine Reserve at Phi Phi Lay. This is a classic indicator species. It's a kind of grouper. It's called a coral hind or a coral trout. And he was just sitting on this Gorgonian sea fan with this white-cheeked monocle brim. At certain times of the year, the reef is covered in glassfish, just like this shot here, swarming all over this Gorgonian sea fan. There's lots and lots of big barrel sponges, and this one's quite unique because it is covered in tiny little sea cucumbers. And I move in for a close-up and you can see there the tentacles at the front of the sea cucumber. This is a flatworm. I was lucky enough to get a shot of him free swimming, and they move through the water by undulating their body. This is a kind of wrasse. There's so many different kinds of wrasse. I'm not sure exactly what the common name for this particular species is, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful kind of wrasse. These are sweepers. They're called bulleye sweepers, and they're sitting in the water column above that Agropora. This is a very rare fish. He lived for some years in the same location on Hindot every time I went there. It's called a warty frogfish, and you can see the appendage on the top of his head there. That is what he uses to lure other fish and then pounce on them. They're sometimes known as anglerfish. Leopard sharks are seen fairly often on Hindot. I got a little bit too close to this guy with the camera. I blame it on the current. I was being pushed in towards him. You shouldn't really disturb leopard sharks. When they're resting, it's because they need rest. But anyway, you can see he's got a remora stuck to him there. And there's my dive buddy enjoying the show. This is a beautiful kind of filefish. The common name for this guy is a scribbled filefish. He's quite a large fish. It's difficult to see the scale in this shot, but he's about 1.5 feet long. He's got these beautiful blue patterns that look like they've been scribbled on him, hence the common name, a scribbled filefish. It's a beautiful dive site. Very few dive operators go there. It's called Hindot. It's on the far southern tip of Phi Phi Don, and you can get there from Phuket, from Phi Phi, or from Krabi Town.